I've been doing radio in Greece on FM, on and off, at a bunch of different stations.
Start over again.
What did I do?
Start over again, because it hadn't started running yet. Right.
Oh. Is it running now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've done a number of radio shows in English here in Athens, Greece, on FM radio stations. I've probably been thrown out of more places than you've been allowed to enter. And one of the places that I got a gig for a short time, but it was sweet nonetheless, was Rock FM, which at that time did not have playlists and that had different producers that were allowed to do whatever they thought that they wanted to do. And the first day of my gig is on a national holiday here in Greece called November the 17th, in which everybody hates Americans and they go down and they march in front of the American embassy and they scream at an empty building. Makes them feel better. After that, they go and get souvlaki, go home and listen to whatever they listen to. But anyway, the owner of the station was a bit hesitant, but somebody that I know that knew me, who used to have a radio station called And Left Go. I did an English radio show on her station. It was Helen Stewart. So she was like, doing marketing for Rock FM. She was one of the 3 people who was doing rocketing. She was doing marketing for Rock FM, and she twisted the owner's arm to give me a shot. And he did, and I showed up on the first day, and I walked through the door. You walk through, down some stairs into a basement, walked through the door, and there were like these cardboard boxes, but 5 steps into the door, and they were like about this high. I think they were like mini refrigerator boxes, and they were filled with these manila envelopes. And I asked the guys, well, like, what's in these envelopes? Oh, thanks. Do I need a blindfold? No, just kidding. I said, what's the story with these envelopes over here? And they said, well, we're running a contest, and we've got bands from all over Greece and from various parts of Europe sending us their stuff, and we're going to pick the winner, and the winners get to get themselves a record deal. I don't know, what was it? 3 albums, 20 albums, a double album, 3 albums. Yeah, right. And I saw it. So I'm there like on November the 15th, and I said to so like, when is the contest over? Well, they said at the end of the year, and then January 1st we're going to announce the winner. I said, well, really great. Do you want me to like listen to some of this stuff? Because they had 2 boxes this high that were like refrigerator boxes, and they're filled. And they said, no, we got it. So like every weekend I would go, and it's like there would be more envelopes in both of these boxes, and also cigarette butts and empty styrofoam coffee cups. I'm thinking, well, like what the fuck? This is somebody's blood, sweat, tears, hopes, and dreams inside these manila envelopes, and these motherfuckers are emptying their ashtrays and putting their empty styrofoam coffee cups in here. So time goes on, more envelopes, more cigarette butts, more empty styrofoam coffee cups, and it's getting like really close to Christmas. And every week I would ask, you need any help listening? You need help listening? And finally, they said, yeah, take them. And they gave me like both fucking boxes. Well, I had a jalopy that I had bought for, I don't know how many millions of drachmas, but it was really worth it was $100 car, okay? But it started, it stopped, it was compact, it did really, really great donuts in the snow, and I didn't give a shit if anybody hit me, and of course everybody cared if I hit them. So anytime I was on the road, traffic would part. I kind of felt like Moses making the Red Sea get out of the way. I mean, Greek drivers, get the fuck out of the way, right? But that's another story in itself. So I went home, and I would put open up the envelopes and put on the CD, and if the lyrics were in Greek, put it back in the envelope and toss it right back in the box. I went through both boxes, and I wound up with maybe about 25, 30 CDs that were in English. Okay, so what I would do is I made sure that I was alone, nobody was around in the house, I could put headphones on, I listened to each CD twice. Once during the day, once at night. Now some of the CDs, some of the music, I didn't like during the day, but I liked at nighttime. And the same held true for some of the stuff that I heard at nighttime, sounded okay to me during the daytime. It just had that vibrational balance to it. But the one band that I could listen to during the day or at night, and I felt equally enthused about was Bad Mathematics. I didn't know these kids. I didn't know any of the people of any of the bands. Most of the bands had, names and phone numbers put in them. Some people just sent albums on CD that had no return address, no telephone number, no name. Anyway, I came up with my top 10, and Bad Mathematics was my number one choice. So I asked the guys at Rock FM, I said, so what are we going to do? We're going to play this stuff on the air, and people are going to call up, and the secretary's going to take votes? And they said, oh, no, we're going to sit down, we're going to decide. I'm going, oh, Jesus Christ, one of these things. Okay. Bring on the clowns. I contacted the bands of the top 10, and I said, hi, my name is Major Tom, can I play you on my show? And they're going, hell out of my luck, come on, you asshole, what the fuck is this, right? I'm saying, no, I'm really serious. I will give you free airtime, play your stuff, interview you on the air so we can talk about your band, your music, or what you did and where you come from and where you hope to go. And I got permission from all other bands, including Bad Mathematics. Well, I started giving these people airtime. And shortly before I got fired from this station also, the owner comes up to me and he says, some of these producers are playing bands that even their mothers don't know. I said, well, that's the whole idea. Let the people choose, let them decide. Let them hear the bands, do telephone interviews with the bands. I said, that's my job. He says, not anymore. So that was the sweet end of that. I submitted my list, I gave back the CDs, after making copies, of course, of my top 10, and Bad Mathematics wound up winning, as did some other band that was somebody else's friend that they knew, where they called Grey Horse, Grey Ghost, Horse Shit, Kiss My Horse, Ride My Horse, Lick My Donkey, I don't know what anyway. Make a long story short, Bad Mathematics and the other band did not get a record deal, they got conned. And they were told that they could do a free gig, a benefit for the radio station and play live. And basically, Vishy told the owner to go fuck himself. And rightfully so. Whether he achieved it or not, I don't know. I thought it was a really cunt thing to do on behalf of the owner toward Vishy, Bad Mathematics, or any band for that matter. The good thing is I also had the opportunity to meet Vishy, Cassi, see Bad Mathematics play live. I saw the crowd going nuts. And I personally enjoyed seeing the band perform live, because you have to understand that the CD that they had given to me, they had recorded in a small woodshed in their backyard on a little recorder, and just hung a couple of microphones, and it was like a live recording, where other people had the money or the opportunity to go into a recording studio and get everything isolated and behind the glass and to put on the this and the that and the effects and all that other horseshit. And these guys were just raw, and they were even better live than they were on the CD. And we've been friends ever since, and any radio station that opened up the door and allowed me to do Major Tom Live, Bad Mathematics, and everybody else was always included at no charge.
So tell me, what was the song?
Bitch.
Thank you, Tom.
Arf.